Good morning, everyone. It's lovely of you to join me. I hope you're all keeping well. And unsurprisingly, our talk this week is on water. I know I talk about it a lot, but it is very, very important. So are you drinking enough? We've had the most beautiful weather. People have been out and about on their walks, in their gardens, whatever. And even in the house, it can be very warm. Have you upped the amount of water that you normally drink to cope with the climate and the wonderful times that we're having from that point of view? We know that the brain comprises 75 to 85% water. So therefore we need to have plenty for the brain to be able to operate the way it should. Have you been feeling a bit irritable, perhaps a bit headachy, or not able to concentrate? Many people complain of being forgetful, and often that's simply due to dehydration. Then we go to things like your kidneys. Now, obviously, what your kidneys doing is they're filtering your blood all the time and getting rid of, excreting all the waste products. Water is needed to do this. If we're not doing it, you might even go to the point where you can end up with kidney stones, things like that. You certainly don't want to go down that road. Our skin. We can always tell, as we did, and I mentioned earlier with the pinch test, if you just do the pinch to see if your skin bounces back, then you're hydrated. If it doesn't bounce back, then you're not. The skin obviously is a reservoir of water that helps to send it to all different parts of the body. It helps to regulate our temperature. So that's then compromised if we're not drinking enough. And the other thing you can see in your skin, it may begins to get a bit tight or it begins to look a bit dull. And also, dare I say it, a little bit old. We don't want that. Drink loads, you'll look gorgeous. So then we go to something like the bladder. We know that urine is a good indicator of whether you're dehydrated or not. If your urine is very light, almost clear, then you are hydrated. If it becomes dark, you're not. And if you are dehydrated, you can start to get urinary tract infections and things like that. The blood overall, obviously that's looking after the body and again bringing oxygen all around the body, needs water to do that. As you get dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker. It has to work harder. If it's working harder, your blood pressure is likely to go up. So we don't want that. So be very, very careful that you are drinking enough. How do we do it? Start the day with water. As soon as you get up, have a glass of water. Warm, cold, whatever suits you. The weather might dictate that, but have some water. It's a good start to the day. Then make sure whatever you're doing, whether you're in the garden or in the house, have a jug with a glass and work your way through that throughout the day. If it's there sitting with you, particularly in the garden, you will continue to drink it. You will feel much, much better. And if you can, try to finish the day with some water. It actually will affect your heart rate. The heart has to work harder if you're dehydrated. And I think I've mentioned to you before, there is mention that if you have a glass of water before going to bed, it can offset the risk of heart attack. So lots of water all day, drink loads and loads, and we should be fine. And we'll look good too. Last thing, I know that we've had a slight lifting of restrictions, so maybe we will start to see more as time goes on if the R number doesn't go up too much. But just remember, these are just the first steps. Don't go taking any risks. Please be very, very careful. The danger is still there. We have to be cautious and we have to maintain social distance. Keep well, keep safe, and I can't wait to see you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye now.